Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues and teachers. Join me with the thunderous clap to welcome our chief guest and one of our own, our Vicar General, Monsignor John Vian Sunday. Monsignor, you are most welcome to this meeting at Acei, Kabale Diocese. We have been here since yesterday and we have gone through a number of activities. Gathered here is a total of 58 teachers from secondary schools and one principal, St. Peter's Technical Institute, St. Matters Technical Institute in Acei. We have rectors and religious who are leaders of schools from both government and private under Kabale Diocese. We arrived yesterday and we went through a number of activities and presentations. Very key among the presentations was the presentation on the new lower secondary curriculum and the requirements of submission for continuous assessment and school-based observation checklists and very many others. In the evening yesterday, we shared a moment of farewell. Our former colleague, Mr. Acei Godfrey, who was a head teacher, if you are aware, St. Francis College, China, and he retired. This morning, we started off with a discussion from Centenary Bank manager and his team. We are here and they took us through a number of financial products that they offer to the schools, and it was an interactive session. After, we went into presentation from academic committee, and right before our close, we shall request you to lead us in the session for official release of results for diocesan assessment. We shall also request you to launch Acei Kabale Diocese, and then we shall proceed to close our meeting here. But we are here from different districts, and each district, as you are aware, is headed by a district coordinator. And it is through those district coordinators that we cascade the information down to the people. The association has an executive, and the executive also has some committees. So allow me to first of all introduce you the members of the executive. We have our vice chairperson, Mr. Yamkama Alphonse, the teacher St. Jerome Ndama. As you are aware, there was an accident in Acei. I think you heard of it. And most of those people who passed were friends and relatives of our head teachers from the so-called districts. The head teacher, St. Jerome Dam, is not around, but is represented by his deputy teacher, St. Jerome. Moved out. Then, so we go to Michiga, coordinator Michiga, and your people stand up for recognition. People have come from Michiga. In Michiga, we have 5 schools, and they are all represented. However, the head teacher Kamwezi is sick. She's sick, and she's represented by her deputy. The one coming in is the head teacher, deputy teacher, St. Jerome Dama. If we were going to heaven, you would have find us having God. Then Kanungu, the coordinator Kanungu is Mr. West with your team. Kanungu and your team. The coordinator is the teacher to the college, Tukota. Rwanda, your team. The coordinator of Rwanda is the head teacher, Charles Rwanda, Muko. Rukujiri, The coordinator is absent because he registered apology because of those challenges. Kabale, coordinator is Alice, and that's any other district that have left? Kisoro, the coordinator is Mr. Mbonye, St. Paul's Mutoile is behind there. Then we have the executive, we have the secretary. The secretary is Sister Gila Christie, Headmistress Martin Gals Kanungu, assisted by the Justice Kapuara, the St. Francis High School. We have the treasurer and Miss Antile Audit St. John's Ikumba. We have committees. We have three active committees. The first committee is academic committee, for which function is going today, and is headed by Mr. Manuel Christopher, St. Mary's College in Shoroza. We have the projects committee, headed by Mr. Agawa Kilaufa, St. Gladys Valley, and we have the welfare committee, which has served us this water. Sister Vicente, Subsidy Florence and Arosias Girls Chitana. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Vice Rector St. Paul's Seminary. And on the selfish note, he's a born of Kabale. He's a born of Kabale, so at least we have the story, but also for the recognition of and we have our very own resources with us, Reverend Father Dennis Mandela, Sister Education Secretary. We have religious sisters. Those I have not introduced. We have Sister Gladys Gachupa, Immaculate, is here. We have St. Gertrude, vocational. Sister is here with us. We have St. Pollard Brass. Is the same Pollard for us? Oh, blessed Mr. Romo is the one who knew how to say it very well. For us, we say Pollard, whatever it is, maybe she has moved out. Then Sister Florence, of course. Then we have Sister. We have Sister from Calcutta, St. Teresa Calcutta, and then my colleague St. Louis Girls Foundation. Then we also have with us the head teacher St. Joseph's Diocesan is married. The special I introduced to her, I introduced her because her school is just being aided. It has been awarded and she's in the process of recruiting staff. So we thank you so much. We have St. George's Chibuzi Monday. The school is being constructed with 2 billion shillings and plus. You see now we put some quotes. Then we have religious in the school, which is also under construction. And also maybe in this budget, if nothing changes, also St. Agatha will have a solid building, the campus of ministering resources from the government. So, anything else, ladies and gentlemen? We have former leaders of the association, Milton Surangasima John Bosco, stand up also for recognition. Former leaders, the other former leader, the one who handed over to Mr. Mugisha, completely retired, and is a senior citizen. I think with those few remarks, we now have the highlights of who we are, what we have been doing. I will ask the guests to make is the test first or the academic? How we move? The academic will first release results or they will cause excitement? We release and talk. So I now invite the chairperson academic, Mr. Mande Christopher, make his statement, and then we shall ask our chief guest to officially release the results and ask him to take a copy after to the bishop as a way of showing the bishop what is happening. What is happening in the diocese. I thank you very much.
Thank you so much, our chair, our chief guest, the Administration Secretary and the assistants, heads of institutions, principals, doctors, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Allow me, our chief guest, to introduce to you the academic committee before I read my report. And after my report, then we shall request you to officially release our results. May I request the academic committee to stand up for the recognition. Our academic committee. Can we clap for them, please? Thank you so much. Our chief guest, I'm privileged to present my report to the heads of institutions, rectors and principals, and in front of you is, I think, a copy, and we shall request you to officially release our results. The results, of course, are for Kabale diocese. I have a summary we will read through, and for the first time in history of the diocese, we did the central setting and central marking, and with lower secondary school curriculum, it is a unique one. For those who are not active in class, it looks different. Our chief guest, when you look, we have some copies. You might look briefly on our results. I've selected a few. When you look, for example, at the lower secondary school curriculum, the person who fails will get G, not F. Those are some of the samples. Then we even try to release even the result slips. We have some copies of result slips. We are trying to modernize. Our chief guest allowed me read this report. Then after we shall request you to release the results officially. Through the report, our chief guest, as you open that book, there is Kabale Diocese Education Department. Kabale Diocese Education Department, mock examinations, UCE and USE results 2024. Kabale Diocese mock examinations 2024. The Education Department of the diocese under the academic committee entrusted hosting of the exercise with St. Mary's College Ushoroza as the hosting center. This is the first time the mock has been centrally marked, as well as the first under the new Rural Secondary School curriculum. We thank God that 2024 mock examinations have maintained a high quality of typesetting and eventual processing of results. We had a few problems here and there, and these are the lessons for us so that in the future we do better. We got an experience, and next time we are to release, we shall not have many issues. Kindly bear with us where some shortfalls might have been occurred during the entire process up to the release of results. The success of the examinations has been greatly attributed to a well-coordinated team under the office of the Diocesan Education Secretary and members of the academic committee, namely myself as a chair, Madam Ampire Odith, Mr. Gatongo Kelson, our chair, district coordinators, Kabale Diocese, and of course, we are under the Education Secretary's office. The committee also had the support from all the teachers who supervised the work at their centers, as well as the teachers who set, supervised, and marked that they said mock, because we are using our diocesan printer. And I want to thank them for the staff whom they sent, and they made the work a success. In terms of enrollment, our chief guest, the mock examination registered 5,611 candidates for O level, that is under new curriculum, and 2,539 candidates under A level. At advanced level, the number of candidates offering sciences appears to be on increase in some schools, as the number offering arts gradually decreases. Subjects like literature, economics, technical drawing, food and nutrition altogether appear to be under threat by lower numbers of students offering to study them. This might represent an opportunity to those who offer such a subject. And in terms of gender, while we did these exams, the statistics show that girls appear slightly higher, therefore outnumbering the number of boys. In the performance, our chief guest, art subjects still have a better performance at advanced level. The examiners noted that there is still a need to improve in practical skills in most science subjects. At ordinary level, languages like English, literature, and Swahili were performed better. Sciences were poorly performed, and generally, students appear to still be grappling with challenges of the new curriculum. We hope these mock results shall act as a wake-up call to both learners and teachers, and extort them to work harder towards improving upon the final results. In summary, our chief guest shows that Kabale Diocese mock 2024 is shown under there with these grades. Under advanced level, our students who had A's were 112, students who had B's were 208, students who had C were 266, those with D were 269, those with E were 916, then those who got O were 4,184. Those who had F were 5,240. That's how we performed generally. Ordinary level, where we have a new curriculum, our chief guest. And these are the pioneers of the new secondary school curriculum. How they are grading, how you enable grade, we shall have those with A+, then A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So ordinary level, the students who had A+, we had 9 in the whole diocese. Those who had A still had 9. Those who had B were 2. Those who had C were 54. Those who had D were 333. Those with E were 824. Those who got F were 1,587. And those who had G were 2,641. Total overall grading was 5,441. Generally, there has been an improvement in mobilizing both materials and human resources. as we undertake the challenges under the new curriculum. Once again, glory be to God, who enabled us carry out this noble cause up to the end, and who enabled us to release the results in record, because this is the first of its kind. Therefore, the report that I've read in front of you, our chief guest, has been put down by Emmanuel Christo for the chairperson academic committee. Other details are within. May I take this opportunity, our chief guest, request you to officially release our results. That is a copy, your copy. Then we shall have another copy to give to our bishop to look at how we performed. Because this is the pioneer, these are the pioneers, especially those of under our secondary school curriculum, and none of us has taken these results. We have the general mark sheets, as UNESCO does, and also tried to make result slips in our ordinary form. They are there in front of you. You can have a copy of them. Our chairperson can show you a copy of the result slips, then also the mark sheets. I want to thank you for listening to me, my colleague teachers. Thanks our chief guest for being here to release these results. May God bless you.
Thank you, our head teacher and the chairperson of academic committee. By the authority invested in me, I hereby declare the mock results for mock examinations UCE and USCE results, April 2024. And congratulations to every one of you who participated in these mock examinations under Kabale Diocese. Thank you.
Thank you for the noble duty well done. I now invite the guests to make his remarks. Then, after his remarks, we shall also ask you to launch the association.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our dear chief guest, Chairman of the Executive, Reverend Fathers and Sisters who are here, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me kindly once again request everybody here that we again thank God by clapping. We want to welcome our chief guest, our Vicar General. We want to thank you for coming, and we want to actually thank you for supporting us as an office and as education. In his pastoral duties, he makes sure that our education is made a priority when you go to what he does in his. And I want to thank you, our Vicar General. Kindly clap for him. We are really very, very grateful. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, go through these few remarks we have here. In our introduction, we are only looking at when we started and when we shall end this term, and maybe also to mention a concern that has come to us, that usually schools close for a time. We know what you go through in schools. At times when you are closing, it's not easy. And I think you are made to close. But when you are closing, be mindful that in case of anything, you will be held responsible. So usually they say you have not been permitted to cross. How do you cross? But we will know that when you are going to the issues, but get to know that there is a sponsor that has come to us that our schools should go. Are we together? Thank you. Then appreciation. We want to really thank you for coming and coming in large numbers. Mabika General, as you have heard, 58 is really a good number because a few have not been able to come. So we have been making a roll call for those who have not appeared, and of course it is coupled with the economies and all that. But all will be willing to come. So we want to thank them for coming, and of course for the struggle, for the hard work. And we are saying kindly, keep it up. We know this term is coupled with stresses, maybe from high temperatures, limited water supplies. Some already are having issues with water. Chibuzije is a case in point with water now. I don't know how he's doing it because he's using trucks to carry water. And I know a truck is about to, at St. Louis we're giving South 300, South, I don't know how much he's paying, 800 South truck. So you can see it's a challenge already. And when your head is there with children now in need of water, you know a challenge that is there. And also the mock pressures, when children are busy advising for mocks, you know what it means. All this can lead to discipline. So we are saying kindly as usual, be mindful, and we want to really thank you for this mock that has been. That have been raised. We're closely in touch with what was going on, and we know what has been invested in it. This mock, we want to thank the head teachers for this innovation. We want to clap for you. Then the staff development, our dear Chief Justice want to kindly let you know that we have had 3 of our head teachers promoted. Mr. Jamukama Alfus of St. Jerome Dama, SS Ukunji. Finally, he was promoted, and we want to thank God for this, particularly this one. Then we also have Mr. Mugisha Kakwara. You have been informed already that is not present, but Mr. Mugisha Kakwara is here, and that is the head teacher of St. Francis Bohonga, also in Ukunji. I want to congratulate him also. Then we also have Mr. Tukesiga Athanasius of St. Maria Goretti, where he is, the one who has just Mr. Javan Kabash, and where he is, he has been recently also promoted. So we want to continue to encourage our head teachers to keep identifying those with potentials, mentoring, and all of that, and ensure that they qualify for appointments like going for further studies and others. Then UNEB registration, we want to believe that registration for our candidates is done. I hope we don't have any issues. And we have had some issues elsewhere, but not in this diocese, where you find at the end of the day the head teacher is being arrested because he did not register candidates. But we have not had this, and I want to believe we are still okay. Then we are also reminding you, yesterday we were told that we should be submitting results of the new lower secondary curriculum of senior 3 and senior 4 using AMIS, which started on the 4th and will be ending on 4th October. Those who came today, you missed that presentation, kindly share with others so that you are not left out. Even though some of us were present, we still need further drilling. And kindly let us have the energy to accept and take it on. This particularly this assessment of the new curriculum. Let us kindly do a lot that is needed, and let us revise a lot with the learners. You can of course use your school portal, your neighbor website, and such and others, and get sample questions that you can use revise, particularly regarding the new curriculum. Please kindly let us take our children through the revision exercise, basing on the fact that this is a challenging kind of syllabus because it's still new. Then our school routine, I hope our timetables comply with the guidelines from UNEVA and NCDC. And also want to request that we all have SIMs of our schools, which we are following this year. Each individual school should have a theme which will guide the system, the learners, the staff, and others, how we should be able to proceed. We also again want to remind that our meetings should be on. Because if you don't have meetings, then you may not move on with the rest as the system. So we should have this for staff, for parents, even for students, boards, clubs, and others. Kindly ensure that those ones are on. And we also should expect the schemes and the lesson plans are on and are being used. Discipline. Discipline in our schools, our dear chief guest, I think we are still okay. We have not had issues, unless maybe not at all, but we are still okay. And one sample is very anxious. Because already you are seeing in the social media, some schools already are having issues. Kindly let us go on the ground with our children and base ourselves on the church principles which make our schools appreciated because of the values, the discipline our children, our learners. And of course, these vices we talk about drug abuse, smoking, homosexuality, and others. Of course, they can be a danger to schools. So kindly keep alert, be mindful of these vices. And we also want to request. We had told you that there are books from Uganda Episcopal Conference which focus on child safeguarding. That's the child safeguarding policy. And kindly, when we are effecting these discipline issues and we are handling, let us also refer this policy. And also be mindful that the decisions you take should be in line with the school rules and which school rules and regulations should have been accepted by all stakeholders of the school. And when you are taking decisions, kindly follow. Then you have funds. We know the source of funding in our schools is school fees and maybe USE and at times maybe could have projects at the school level which generate money. But we are saying kindly that when we receive and spend this money, we should follow financial guidelines so that we are not at risk. And please kindly let us. There are mandatory and obligations that we need to do when we are paying, like the PE, NSF, and others. Please kindly let us respect. Let us respect these payments, and also we avoid being polarized. And we are saying transparency is a must, kindly is a key, and please take it as a must. Then our birth this year, our chief guest, I want to report that we, from our meeting we had, we were informed that we are focusing on the construction and building next studio in Kabale town. In line with tourism these days, which is coming up. So as usual, dear teachers, we want to rely on you for mobilization for this building, and also for publicity and sensitizing the public. In our meeting which we had here, we have really schools can be used for that purpose. Now our chief guest we should have been able to mobilize our schools, and finally we reach a climax, maybe here. But looking at the activities we have for this town, and other ball games we have, and other activities that we have for this town, and with the challenges of the new curriculum and others, we said we can have schools having it done at school level, maybe competitively as within the classes, the way the schools will look at, finally look at it. But whichever outcome that appears, then we can have it either on our radio, so purposes of the public to know that the bath is all in Soro, in Kalungu, in Okonjiri, in here, and maybe later we shall now start planning early and systematically see how do we have it done between dinaries, and maybe finally districts, and then here as the climax. So maybe we shall have also your input and the guidance, but this is what we came up with in our district, and which we would wish that our schools are able to take up. And for the Bishop's Scholarship Scheme, we want to really thank the head teachers for supporting it. And we are saying kindly continue and make sure that the group of these students have somebody in charge as a patron. And we are also saying guide them very well, because at the end of the senior six, if they don't get like a scholarship, they may not be able to continue. And they can get a scholarship at however right your course may be. It can be a certificate, it's better than nothing. Altogether. So when you are guiding them out to fill job forms, kindly help them that when they are filling, at least they have a lighter course that will give them an exit, that when they have finished senior six, they can go to. We are okay that those who finished 2023 and 2022, some of them have been admitted in some universities, and also others in our university down here, Ibuka University. I think there are about 16 who are there now. At Ibuka University, we have about 16 of them who are there. And we even have one who went for nursing in Mutorele, another went for nursing in Yachivare, and I think we have also in our technical, Yashash. We also accommodated, are they one or two? Accommodated two. So we are trying to see how do we handle it with even these other tertiary institutions of nursing and technical and support these children. Then when we request that we have files in our schools for these children which have their reports, double reports. And also we are doing in our offices here, in our office here. Then minimum standards. Recently, the ministry, our chief guest, released the guidelines how we can provide security for our runners and property, and we want to encourage these head teachers to get those copies, read them, and see the guidelines, what they say, so that in case of anything, then you are not held responsible for. Kindly look at those guidelines. Whether they are those which emphasize boarding section, but they are also where we have to look at the rest of the school section. So kindly, whether boarding, whether private, do the same. Then our school boards, we are again encouraging that our board should be active, and don't wait for the board to expire. And kindly don't insist on a board serving more than two terms. We wonder why. Because we are continuing to not accepting some of the boards. Because in your school, in your file, in our office, we have what your school is, how it is operating. So when you bring boards which have served more than 2 terms, usually we don't accept. We advise. It's bad because the ministry comes back. We would rather tell you here that kindly go and revisit your boards. So don't allow the board to expire. Please do follow the Education Act and other relevant policy documents. Then, our dear Chief Guest, you are aware, as a teacher association, we are starting a hostel project. And here, this project, on our account, we have 7 million. And there is money which had been borrowed from the same account during the lockdown, COVID-19 lockdown of 39 million, which was used by the office because schools were not meeting and the office was running. And in all those years when we were not in operation to meet, they used that much. So we are to recover that money, and when it is recovered, we can say in total we have 109 million. This has to be there. So the recovery shouldn't be an issue. This money will be recovered somehow, as you know, our chief guest. Then the inspection of our schools. As we had agreed, we have been able to identify some teachers to resume our inspection activity, and we are saying, as the inspection tool says, many of us want to look at staffing, maintenance of our schools, classifications, academic performance, co-curricular activities, and others. It is a well-known made tool that we shall use. And when we have done that, we should be able to know the status of our schools, and then we can easily be able to use them during benchmarking, when maybe we are sharing in a meeting like this one, and so on. And finally, when we team up, with that base, we should see our schools continue to move forward. And allow me kindly be able to let you know that for Kabale, Rwanda, and Chiga, initially our inspection would cover, the team would be able to inspect Kabale, Rwanda, Chiga, and so. But we separated it from the rest. So Kabale, Rwanda, and Chiga, we have made sure we use coordinators and we have given them other two. So for Kabale, Rwanda, Rushiga, we have Twinawe for Kabale, IMC Ansone, Tuye for Rwanda, and then Mr. Jawanga hosting for Rushiga. But they will move as a team. They will sit together and then make some roadmap of how they will be able to inspect all the schools that fall within that area. Then Soro, we have the one in charge of Soro, Mr. Mbonye Charles, who we work with Mr. Iragawa Richard, and then Sister Flavia Ainebabas. Then when we go to Rukunjiri, Mr. IMBC Gadan, who is the coordinator there, who we work with Mr. Jamkama and Mr. Julius Kapwa. Then when we go to Kanungu, we have also the coordinator with Mr. Mwezi Wes, who should work with Sister Bira Christine, and then Brother Kashare Innocent. Then for primaries, we used to have 2 people retired who would be able to share for the primary schools. And now that one is going to be carried on by Mr. J.K. Mire, working with us. So that's how we shall be able to manage our inspection of our schools. Our dear Chief Guest, I want to once again thank you for coming, and wish you a good sharing, and we are eagerly waiting to hear from you. May God bless you.
Thank you. Another hand clap, a big one for the desk. Because normally the communication gives us the courage until we meet. I want to congratulate those who have been appointed. as the inspectors of schools. Congratulations. The roadmap is yours. You need now to make a work plan and submit the work plan to the education office so that we know who is doing what and at what time. Allow me to now officially inform our chief guest, is also our vicar general, that the Uganda Episcopal Conference formed for the first time an umbrella body, an association of all Catholic institutions in Uganda. That umbrella body is called Acei, Association of Catholic Institutions in Uganda, Acei. So we say Acei, which is universal, and then we add the diocese. So we say Acei Kabale diocese, Acei Soroti diocese, Acei Kotido diocese, like that. It is almost similar to Korea, which is for Church of Uganda. It has quite a number of objectives, and the biggest of all is advocacy. Being able to advocate, even at policy level, for the interests of the church and the interests of the Catholic institutions in the country. This was officially launched in February 28th, is it? 28th or 29th, at Uganda Matters Shrine in Afghanistan. It was launched by Monsignor April 4th. It was launched by Monsignor John Baptist Kahuta with the presence of everybody. Now, after the launch, we were requested that each diocese should launch the association at the diocesan level, and then the district should also launch the association at the district level. And therefore, before you give your remarks for being here this afternoon, I would like to request you, being a lawyer, you have the words, to also verbally, this time we don't have the logo, to also verbally launch the association in the diocese, so that when we talk of Acei, you communicate to the bishop and we have a logo Acei. It does not ask what is this Acei. Thank you very much.
Thank you, our chairperson. They are very good modules which are under the Association of Catholic Institutions in Uganda. Many of them, and I don't want to waste much of your time, and I hereby launch the Association of Catholic Institutions in Uganda, Kabale Diocese.
You can now proceed and address the head teachers.
Thank you. Our Diocesan Education Secretary, our chairperson for head teachers, assistant desk, is a religious advisor, the priests present, and the religious protocol observed. Good afternoon. I want to thank you for coming. As had already been indicated, coming in big numbers. I do thank you for coming. You realize these days I continue toning down because of what you do, and I do appreciate the big progress your head teachers have made, and that's why I repeat, I continue toning down to say I thank you for what you do. Thank you. This year has been special for me as a partner in education and at the same time the moderator of all institutions of the diocese. I got an opportunity to visit 41 parishes in the diocese, but because I have another department, the department to moderate the institutions, I also got time to go and visit the schools, especially secondary schools. And on this note, I would like to thank each one of you who accorded me welcome in your schools. And I want to thank you for being open to me what was going on in the schools. I do appreciate. I want to share with you, I had very good moments with the head teachers, the staff, and address to the students. Thank you for welcoming me. As the Diocesan Education Secretary indicated, I have a particular attention to education, despite the nature of my responsibility as moderator of institutions. I have special attention to schools. I think now I've been in school for 26 years. I've been in school for 26 years and I really like education. I don't know whether the bishop will allow me to go for other more years in education, but what I want to express, I like education, and every time I reach an institution, educational institution, and I see its progress, it's really my joy. And so I want to thank you for sacrificing. I'm going to share a person. Fortunately, you are also the head teacher. When you travel and you reach our schools, you see the sacrifice of head teachers on ground. Some have challenges not created by themselves, but the conditions of work. But still, amidst such situations, these head teachers keep there, they keep there, but at the same time, they sacrifice. Thank you for the sacrifice. Thank you for being part of Association of Catholic Institutions in Uganda. And on this note, I would like to communicate to you and to thank Kisoro District, I can call it chapter. They have already launched it. Clap for them. Thank you for being ahead, but also it also motivates us, those who have not launched at the district level, to do it as soon as possible. I want to congratulate you upon examinations. Examinations, I'm talking about two types of examinations. Last year, I was able to, last year, yes, the performance of our schools was good. I would say good. And whenever I reached the schools, and the people were very happy. You know, this year we have made a progress. This year we have 16. This year we have 17. This year we have 4. This year at least we have 1 in first grade. I don't like to rush mostly in numbers. And this is what I was sharing with them. The block to say, oh, we have 2, we have 10. No. I'm a lawyer and I would like to see the processes. And in the processes, I would like to see the participants in the processes. And because when you evaluate at that level, you are able to identify the efforts of each member in the participation of the production of these results. But when you just look at the blog, some people hide among others, and you may never get the gist of who are participating. And in an institution, that's why, like now, I'm thanking you, head teachers. In an institution, you must critically see who are the engines in the production of good results. So, I would like you, number one, to empower these people, to appreciate these people who are at the forefront of these good results. But I would like also that pay special attention to some of our teachers who are very poisonous in our institutions. They academically poison the students. You know, when there is release of these results, they are part of the people who are shouting that you also make parties for them, you know, and they are happy and they are mobilizers. But when you analyze and see what did they contribute, you know, of course, they enter into the school, and you feel these are pillars of the school. But the more you come closer to them, you find they are basically feathers. They have nothing to weigh. I am not encouraging you to chase them away, but I am encouraging you to pay special attention to them so that they don't academically poison the students. When I reached these schools, I was fortunate. The head teachers were giving me the results. And I was reading out subject per subject. And I was saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, 1, 1, 1. Those of you who are mathematicians like me and physicists like me, a student who does well in mathematics is likely to do well in physics. True? Now, you find in an institution, the quorum for mathematics is performed very well, but when you go to physics, it's 9999. You realize, is it a problem of the students or the teacher? The teacher. And so, I am encouraging you, call these people privately, encourage them. When there is persistent refusal to change, we advise some people to go where they feel. But back to you. One of the challenges we have and the laxity we have in our schools, we have part-time head teachers who have no time to scrutinize and follow up these poisonous teachers. And you know, who are head teachers, there are some head teachers who have a timetable of absence. And the teachers have already identified it. They know from Wednesday this head teacher is not around. So they do whatever they like. So, availability is one of the credentials for the success and progress of our institutions. Be available. And if you feel you cannot be available, just ask the desk so that we devote you to a classroom teacher, so that in a week you are in a school 2 days. That's all. I had a challenge. me and the desk, we had a challenge. We had a head teacher, and unfortunately, we are happy there is some progress. The name we held on request. So, is a head teacher who made a decision to enter into a different associations outside the school, different different businesses. So whenever it reached Tuesday evening, he would leave the school and he would come on Sunday evening. You know? Then we have the program on Shomero, then each one will do their own things. Do you expect progress in that school? No. I am asking you, be available. And in my moves, I was not communicating to head teachers that I am coming. If the communication were made, I would already be in that parish. Then I would just ambush, because I would like to find people in their natural state. And you could really see some head teachers, many head teachers, really organized in their work. Now we come into it. Conquer their schools. I entered into, and some schools were bullshit. I'm telling you the truth. It's Shaka, and the verandas of schools, they are like compost pits in Papua everywhere. I want them. So I'm asking you, be available. Be available, be critical, and do what you are expected to do. But in general, I would like to let you know we are not bad. And as the English say, good is not good where better is expected. We expected better, even the best. One of the challenges I faced in our schools, the attention to the values of our Catholic institution are a bit declining. Namononga, the staff as regards to reception of sacraments. And some of them, I was able to tell them, I hope we don't have any teacher who is just yes. So I was able to address some of them, and I did mention that next year, as I do other moves, because this is an annual program, some of them will be advised to do something else. So Catholic values are mandatory. Catholic values are mandatory, and we are not here to compromise the values of the church. I was sharing with people, I follow 3 principles in life. 3 principles in my work. I never compromise the values of the church. That's number 1. Number 2, I don't like to be diverted. You don't divert me. Number 3, I don't surrender. When I am pursuing something positive, I don't. So I want to share with you, these values are special, and whenever I come back, I'll be able to look into those factors. Asa Omujiji bakabuta omwishomero secondary schools, but abana bali ku rugalinja bali ku rugo mu mashomero ga secondary bali kuza kutunga performansiyo yibapapasa. They are not found in the catechism. Why? The time allocated or allotted to Omujiji, some head teachers and teachers decided to put preps. You are fighting the values of the church and the standards of the church. We are asking you respect that timetable and make sure that is our future church. Without these people grounded in our faith, we are losing out. Manya, let me challenge you. We have you as head teachers because because you are grounded. We know how grounded you are in faith. Where we shall we base our church? And where shall we put, in which hands and in whose hands shall we put our future children when we don't have head teachers who are grounded in faith? Nitubashaba mureke kutwara ekereziya ibintu by'ekereziya mukabitwara mu basyo. I am almost finishing. I want to talk about further education. And I'm asking you to improve yourselves. But also advise our teachers to improve themselves. Omushinja ni omukazi natandika kariya yeye yo kwegesa aine notice za 1900 tarizihindura, and they don't even think about improving as regards to further education. Oshanga umuntu yaguhire ekintu cyari gukora munonga no kureba ngo at the end of the day yatunga ubucupa bubiri bwa bia yamara aze kuryama. You know, I am happy in your report. You did mention that Centenary Bank was here. I don't know for what purpose it was here. Learn how to invest. Learn how to save. The best word I want to say is save. Save. Some people save already in their stomach. As imekaheni teachers, no you have a responsibility to see that this person is straight. Let me bring them on board. However, you cannot bring on board somebody when you are in the same category. You know? Yes. Examples. Be exemplary. And so you are able to assist. Manya, let me tell you the credibility you get. Every time your institution is improved, you participate in this improvement. And so attending to these teachers, abashaziremu okunaka omagwa okuzamu bintu bikine mu gasho okuza immorality, please attend to them and guide them so that they may improve themselves, and most especially encourage them to go for further studies. You know, sometimes I have a challenge with this. Sometimes to who is next. Some of you are almost retiring like me. And you ask, who is next? You know? Because the people with whom is working, they have no qualifications, you know? And we are asking ourselves, who is next? Of course, you may have even somebody who probably has some papers, but the credibility, the moral reputation is down. We cannot risk our institution to put these people in our institutions. So we are in trouble. So, share with your teachers. When I was addressing some of the teachers, I think in some of the schools like Sister Betronia, I was asking, who are those below 35 years? You know? And I was telling them, when you go beyond these years without being an expert in your subject, then you are in trouble. but also to be an expert. Keep in mind there is need for further education, you know. So privately, I want abantu kureba being the potential of future leaders, empower them. One of my roles, one of my roles is not to just chase away workers. I would like to empower these workers. They are in the system. We can improve them in our systems. And one of the ways to improve people in the system is encourage them to go and progress. I'm almost finishing. In the whole university, St. Ignatius University, it's a very good university. And in a few years to come, nimuza kureba products zitu kituri kusana sana kandi muramanya imwe. You know how morally upright students you produce, even when they go to other institutions, because of our three values in our Catholic institutions. God first, number 2, discipline, and number 3, academic excellence. So ni muragandira abantu ahuza next university, share with them about our own university, St. Ignatius. We are not producing academic demons, we are producing quality people who will go and be meaningful in the community. And the best university is St. Ignatius. Mr. Mochishakakwara, stand up. Mr. Tukesiga Athanasius, stand up. Manyangu Alphonse Hanoya. Kakwara yazahe kuyenderera aho Kakwara. Congratulations. I visited St. Francis of Oga. Ninyenda kubagandira. Umushinga mutamurebera mu size, but he's doing very well. I want to thank you, Athanasius. Some of you, I want to share with you, we follow you because we love you. We follow you, we love you, and we love our institutions. Thank you for the tremendous work you are doing in St. Maria Goretti. N'abandi habobwire titi kuza kubagamba konka nayazira mu bagambire. Next year when I come, I'll be scrutinizing files of Bishop's scholarship scheme. As files. And boards must function. This man is my enemy, but I want to talk about him very well. I want to thank you, yes. I want to thank you before his head teachers, together with Father Magara and Mr. Wille. Where is Wille? He's in the field already. We are proud of you, Des, for being available for the noble task of education in our diocese. I know we are enemies, but I pray for you. And I am praying that you keep this pace so that we have focus in our institutions. This is the man I disturb most. You know, sometimes I bomb into his office, sometimes I call him, and this man is available. And sometimes I say, tomorrow I need this report, and the report is on my desk. It's because I love you, but I love our church. Together with Father Magara Nimbasima. You know, we call it the mistress. Thank you, Kelson. Thank you. I want to thank you for 2 things. Number 1, to be able to organize these head teachers. You know, one of the challenges in life is to lead these intellectuals. Because as you stand, each one has his own version or their own versions. But I want to thank you. We are united, I think. We are united. Tukero buri kimwe. Keresoni ninda kusima. Kandi nenda kusima nabwe abukora ogahe ministries kurunji. When I see your faces, I see what positive I should talk about you. There are many of you. In fact, 95% of you kuti kubaleba n'umisho mpurira shemereye. Tunaure kuna bagandire every time I'm toning down. Hasigere 5%. There is only 5% chance kanisa. Konka, I in my systems, I'm trying to see how to cleanse it. The proper, you know, the word is cleansing. You want to cleanse you. I want to thank you, and I want to wish you well, and to wish well your families. Memule abacho kureberaho mutasibaga warugaga hano ninga waruga ishobero ukarara usibicire umukazi wawe munego and then mukasheshe bwashesha ukata makagoti nguripfija respect your families. You let me share with you. The family is the family. And the family should be a place where you have your consolation. Not that when you enter into the family, everyone in the family is on tension. You can claim to be successful in the school, yes, to agenda. Conquer the first success is your family. Get back to your families. Improve your families. Mureke kuha umwaga abashisha banyu ninga bakazi banyu. Mureke kusiwa urashongo, you know, nagateka muturaronde bishango munonga. Some families are like tribunals. Every time they are in court sessions in the family. Respect your families, build your families, keep together, and may God continue to bless you. God bless you.
Thank you, another has clapped our chief guest. Thank you, Vicar, for your guidance always. And also thank you for the visits you made to our schools. For me, I was in the office and I saw him in the camera. Entering, he was like, this looks like Vicar. So I said, let me move out and see whether he's the one. For to find that he was the one. For God, by God's grace, that day I was there. But anyway, I'm always there. I'm receiving information that we have inspectors from Acei is at my school. But I know the people are there will handle, and we also pass by our schools. Thank you very much. We are very grateful. Where we have fallen short, we request for your forgiveness and continue with guidance. But I would like to assure you that we have very good cooperation with the officers you put in office, the S, his assistant, and all the people that we work with. We are very happy that they are guiding us very well, and we hope for the best. Now that the results have been released, maybe the chair academic committee will give us the methodology we are going to use. Because each school has got a copy of the pass slip,